very special guest for you tonight.
Hello, we've been expecting you.
This is not a test. Your government and corporate overlords have implemented new measures for your own health and safety. We are just following orders.
Everything is going to be fine.
I'd like to introduce...
Welcome everyone to another If by Whiskey. Jake, what's
going
been
on?
happening? What'd I miss?
Dude, did you see the new t-shirt?
No, what do you got? I like it. That's great. I mean, it's not like you need one Massey's better than Gallerin, because like that dude is like doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, that's not a statement at all. No, man, it's been good. It's been a good week. I'm down in Oregon and it's been like 80s, which is nice coming from the Seattle area where it's been like 60s. So I know I don't have the balls sticking to leather like where you're at, but it's been nice here. It's been nice. Good motorcycle riding weather.
Yeah, you got some upcoming motorcycle weather to be riding in, right?
Absolutely,
excited,
yeah.
man. What is this edition? What is this super special edition thing you just got? So you traded in 2 of your hogs for one super hog, basically.
That covers it. Yeah, I got a 2025 Harley Davidson's Road Glide ST CVO, which if anybody knows Harleys, they'll know what that is. But it's basically it has a track mode on it, which most motorcycles don't, and especially big like bagger Harleys. It drives like a German sports car, like rides like you'd expect. It's amazing. I'm crazy happy with it. I've never had a CVO, and it was time to downsize. The garage was getting like extra full, so I needed to make some room anyway. So I had no problem trading 2 in to get a good one and walk away with no financing or anything. Just walked away clean. So that felt good.
That's the beauty part, right? Congratulations, man.
Yeah. No, thank you. I'm happy with it.
Debt is slavery, everybody. Debt is slavery. You walk away free and clear, you're good. You're rolling. You just got to pay for the $800 gas. You're good.
But if you're Dave Ramsey, you'll say never use credit cards, which is still, I don't know if you watched Jacob Winograd and Clint Russell get into it. They covered that with Dave Ramsey, and it was they were kind of pointing out how stupid that was of him to say like don't ever use credit cards. Anyways,
silliness.
What's new with you?
Not too much, man. I don't know. There's just so much stuff going on. I'm just like, I don't know, man. I'm on fire. I'm like, I pissed off everybody in every chat group I was in this weekend.
I mean, that's
much, whether it was religious or political or whatever. It just got ugly. So
it's another week and still not sponsored by Alp.
And if we get an Alp sponsorship, we'll keep this going. So, I don't know if that's a threat or a promise or something. I don't know which one that's going to be, but we got a few weeks. Maybe Natalie can reel that last sponsorship in for us. That would be phenomenal.
I mean, there is the Tucker connection there, but no, man, it's been a crazy week. It's like psyop after psyop after what's real, what's not real. And in the meantime, like for me, like the moving is happening. I'm not moving officially for another 6 weeks, 7 weeks, something like that, maybe. But all the wheels are in motion, so to speak, and everything's kind of scheduled and happening and in the middle of court battle for custody, which is not fun, but it's all moving forward. So
I wish you luck. I know you had some troubles with that or struggles with that, so I wish you luck on the legal.
Oh yeah, no, she's a giant C word, but no, like
you were married to Laura Loomer? I didn't know this. Is this breaking news?
She's not the only one.
Oh my God.
It's just been life itself has been so busy that most of the time, like I kind of keep up on what's in the news. I pulled a couple clips to go over today, but I haven't really kept up. Like I'm not in on all the new stuff, and I kind of like it. I really couldn't care less at this point.
I agree with you on the new stuff. I like what I clipped today was more philosophical and some stuff I came across, but it's more like stuff that makes you look at it from a broader perspective. It's not specifically about the incident. It's like how they frame it and what they ask to show how they manipulate you, if that makes sense. So hopefully we'll have some fun with it.
No, it makes sense. And I will tell you, like, today's an awesome day guest wise, because we got a guy who I've been friends with for quite a while on X. And honestly, like, what really caught me or caught my attention of his a few times was so we've talked about this before. Like, I'll go back and forth with somebody once or twice. I don't have the patience to not just tell somebody to fuck off and then just be done talking to them. You are good at it. Like, you'll string along. You like, I just don't have it. But our guest tonight, a year ago, at least, I would see him just dismantle people's arguments. And he's not to oversell him. He's a super smart guy, but he would dismantle people's arguments. And the argument he was talking about was abortion. And, he just piece by piece would turn people's words back on them. It just masterfully. And so we just, Twitter friends, whatever you want to call it, as it is, pocket friends. But I followed him for quite a while. He's a solid dude. And I know that we're getting to winding the show down here in the next few weeks, but I really wanted to get a chance to talk with him and just get his opinion on something. So it's cool that we clipped a bunch of stuff tonight, because I think he's going to have some, no pressure, but I think he's going to have some decent commentary on some of this. But if you're ready, I'll read his intro and we can bring him in.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was excited too. Like I said, I'm just happy for what's going to come up here. Smart people who are witty, it doesn't matter. We can follow this flow. It's going to be tangents all around. I can't wait.
For sure. And I will say he, as much as you can be anonymous, he didn't include his last name or anything. Unless you see his face and recognize him, he's trying to stay a little bit anonymous, but I'm grateful that he decided to join us. So tonight we have my friend Colin coming on the show. And I'm going to read you the intro that Colin wrote for himself, because this just gives you a taste of his perspective here. It says, Colin is an American with a minuscule social media presence focused on inactivism, bodily autonomy, humanism, and is a firm Bill of Rights absolutist. So we're in the good camp there. The son of a Native American father, Colin holds several patents for useless inventions only he enjoys using, and in his spare time writes Android app code for apps only he likes using. Colin runs a couple businesses in between Twitter comments. His motorcycle is currently in the shop. Online, he's abrasive and aggressive, and Colin is in a committed monogamous relationship with his husky, Zane. So if that gives you any idea who we're going to be talking to, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk to Colin.
Yeah, I do want to say, though, he has a bowling score app. Just let that sink in before I bring him up here. So welcome, Colin.
Thank you, Jay.
Welcome, man.
And thanks for coming. Me on. You've already
a little bit about yourself.
Me, so
No. It's only downhill from here. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I got an electric glide last year, 2013. I'm a used motorcycle guy, and I traded my Yamaha in for it, and I haven't been able to ride it. So I kind of want to go back to Japanese bikes.
Are liberty-minded people? What's the percentage of motorcycle riders, would you say? It's a very free, liberating thing. I'd say it's higher than the average percentage.
I think it's probably higher than the average.
It's probably 99%.
Shit, I'm totally minority of the minority then.
Although I've talked about the ladies who like to ride on the back with my buddies, and I'm not really sure how they are in that equation. Because I couldn't.
You mean alive and not falling off the back?
Well, like they like to sit on the back and not control anything. Like I've never had any. I've always had a one-seater too, so no one's ever ridden with me. But I don't want someone else to control it.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, we got control issues. So Colin, welcome, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I saw your app page. I thought it was pretty interesting what you do. They are literal apps that someone would only make for themselves to use. I mean, no, I'd love to bowl more and maybe get a better score, so I'll be able to score better. But I hope you understand what I mean when I say that.
Oh yeah, no, it's all good. So I am a little bit of a freedom-loving, paranoid sort of guy, and I make apps so that I can get all of the third-party apps that I don't trust off of my phone.
You're in the
And
right
so
place,
I make my own apps so that like I can trust what's on my phone. And so like I don't have any
That's
games
cool.
on my phone. I use a phone all the time. I have Twitter on it, and I don't even trust that app. But if I could replace it, I would. I haven't figured that one out yet. But yeah, like
It's called Blue Sky. Good luck.
Oh, yeah. I'm not a pedophile. I make custom apps for myself.
You're in the right place, man, for sure.
I thought about putting a Gadsden flag up in the back because I have an old one lying around. But as we were talking about before the show, I'm not a libertarian anymore. And I mean, I associate that with libertarians, although I still kind of like the Gadsden flag.
Well, I would like to say that Gadsden flag is outside the Libertarian Party. Let's
is it?
That. Oh, 100%. It's its own thing.
I will say too, like if getting to the train station and going through the turnstile is libertarian, and then what at least for me, I think Mark's in the same boat here. We just ran across and touched the third rail, and now we are at the anarchist level. So we're past the like, hey, let's fix this and let's vote our way out of this, and freedom. Now it's just like, I just want to shake the Etch a Sketch and completely start over. That's where we're at.
Yeah. I mean, and the point is, it's not like we're actually going to be it. We just see that is the only result that will be effective, and we're just preparing ourselves personally for if that and when that situation might arise. It's not like we would drive for it or call for it. That's not what we do. We're all NAP guys here. Let's be clear. Correct. So Cash, I know you're watching, so you can like just calm down a little bit. Okay.
Where do you fall on that, Colin?
I'm an old guy. I'm in my 50th year and I'm still figuring that out, to be honest.
Well, that's good.
I thought, honestly, anarchist sounds good to me. I would like to foment some sort of rebellion in this show if we could get to that. But if we don't want to be arrested, that's fine. Like I'm cool with. They'll absolutely round us up. So we have to be careful with our language. And I mean, I have some crazy ideas, and one of them is that we should be really careful with what we say on the internet. Every word we are saying is being recorded, and it's being recorded by multiple sources. Probably the applications we're using to do the show are permanently recording us. Some of that
the phones that are in our pockets that are listening to us talk about this, so they're all listening to it and already coordinated and recording.
Well, so, you can name your phone. If you go into the settings, you can name your phone if it's an Android phone. And my phone has been either NSA recording device or CIA recording device for like 15 years since I had a smartphone.
Yep.
Just to remind myself what.
That's the beauty of freedom of speech, right? It's not just what you say. It's also refraining from certain speech that could get you in certain trouble that you don't want. It's like,
I think there's a lot of value in protecting our opinions from, like, if they can collect everything we say, they can use it against us, and they can control opinion that way. I have a lot of paranoid thoughts about that.
No argument here, man. Not at all.
I mean, my distrust in institutions is either at an all-time high, my distrust, or my trust is at an all-time low. Like, here I am at age 50, and I've never trusted anything less.
I think I'm at the distrust part. I hate to say the glass half empty, but in this case, let's be honest, I don't know what happened to, say, Charlie Kirk. I don't know what happened this weekend, and you haven't even started that, Jake. So I would love for you to do that next if you'd like about that. Talk about that. But I do know what they're telling us isn't right. That's all I know. It's good because it's just factually not possible. None of that stuff's real. So
I don't believe anything.
The distrust part, right? And that's the distrust part. Is like nothing is even credible enough to like accept as any kind of story. They're not even trying anymore.
All right, well, I'll get into it.
Yeah, so Jay, you want to talk about the what happened this weekend, sir?
I mean, obviously the big news, of course, obviously the big news, and whether you think it's real or not, you know, it happened. But the shooter at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, or I guess, and what I read too is he never even fired a shot. Like he didn't pull his gun out. That's what
I do have a clip for this.
So do I.
Before you break it down, may I play the clip? This is totally worth it.
Ready to rumble. I will tell you, this speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
I love it all.
Shall I post it as soon as he passed down?
18. Go for 7.
Dude.
They didn't.
I heard 6 shots there, but I think they were all Secret Service shooting at the guy with the bulletproof vest on. Apparently,
well, they shot the perp, the guy who brought the guns.
No, they shot at him, but I mean the apparently the same woman who was in Butler was also there, and like if you look at
it, back up, start from the beginning, Jake. I am totally okay. So there was an assassination attempt on Trump. What's going on? What did you start reading? Let's start from the beginning because I have no idea this woman that you're talking about. So
seriously,
yeah, I've been trying to turn off from the assassination stuff because like I'm gonna wait a week or two and then settle in and then like reread it because like in the moment right now, do we really know what the fuck's going on? Like there's no,
of course not. Of course not.
Well, so I'm trying not to overload my brain. I have thoughts. Obviously, I think it's theater, but I just don't know how and why yet. Right? If that makes sense.
Correct.
But
I'm 100%
I'm ready to follow you, sir.
I'm 100% with you. I got a couple comments. I want to show you this, and I got a couple comments on the other side. But this is interesting. Let me find. There we go. All right, check this out.
So the House Oversight Committee now demanding a briefing from the Secret Service after Saturday's close call and the third attempt on President Trump's life. Let's break it all down because we were dealing with a man on a mission. So he starts in Los Angeles, where he lives. He takes a train. I mean, no one does that. Takes a train.
Okay. Yes, they do if they don't want to fly with guns on them, you dumbass. If somebody wants to package guns across the country, they're going to take a fucking train. That's the dumbest. Nobody does that. Oh, really? I mean, good for being ignorant, but all right, sorry.
You think attempted terrorist is gonna check their guns with the airline?
The Hilton Hotel. And he starts right here. This is where the suspect ran. This is the security location. This is where the magnetometers were at the time. Now, if you go down the escalators, is where the actual event was. And then that's where the president was sitting on the stage right there. And this is how it all played out. Watch. And there he is, goes through there, they draw their guns, and then eventually we learn that they tackled the suspect there. Let's break it all down with our next guest coming up.
They were shooting blanks.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, again, I have no idea.
You leave their sex lives alone, Colin. You leave their sex lives alone, sir. Please, thank you.
I've got no idea what's true, whatever, but apparently, allegedly, looks like the female who was on the Secret Service team in Butler was also in the lobby here. Okay. And there's not a good, I've seen other things. I didn't get the clip pulled up in time, but when you do your revisiting of this, you will see that the alleged assassin goes running through the crowd of Secret Service. She pulls her gun and shoots like at him, and there's Secret Service on the other side of where she's shooting. Like it's total crossfire. And
she didn't have,
that's the truth. We understand the guy did not shoot, right? The guy didn't shoot a shot, and allegedly was friendly fire. Did we confirm those two things? Correct.
I don't think anybody was shot. Colin, do you have any other insight? I think he ran through.
There's one guy shot in the chest.
Oh, was it?
One Secret Service. So this is the point. There's a Secret Service person shot, but it was friendly fire. This is even fun. It's like that to your point. It's like, duh.
I don't think he fired a shot. I think he ran through the metal detector. It alerted that he had guns, and then he just booked it trying to get in. And as he ran through, they aimed at him and started squeezing shots off and hit one of their own, which is it's terrible. But I thought it was, if that really is the same woman, that's a huge okay. I'm surprised she still has a job.
Wait, are you sure the police chief from Maui and the Vegas shooting isn't there? Was he in the crowd? Was he like head of security?
Well, that woman, wasn't she mocked online roundly after Butler for hiding behind the president? Like, she was already in trouble in the public opinion because she seemed incompetent then. So what's she doing with the job? Well, I don't care. What's funny is that they planned this op so poorly that Trump didn't have a good photo op out of it. He's not out there bloody, with his, they couldn't plan it better so that he would look better.
Did you see
the Secret Service were way too good on the floor above him at this point? It was like, holy crap. So I love that you showed about the incompetence of Secret Service. I happen to have a clip that has nothing to do with this, but it does show the incompetence of your state police department. I have to show this. Perfect for this. Watch this guy. He gets out the pepper gun to shoot into a suspect's car. I came across this week. Watch how many times he fidgets with the gun, not knowing how to use it before he fires it. It's classic.
Hey, no friendly fire. Pepper ball going. Pepper ball.
He doesn't know how to use it.
Keep waiting. It gets better. Look at this guy. That's like the fourth fidget right now. There's 5. There's 6.
Paintball gun.
Yeah. He doesn't know how to fucking use a paintball gun, and we're going to trust this guy with protecting our lives.
County 112, the subscriber for the phone that called 911 is going to be the same as the RO on the vehicle, Mr. Lopez.
Oh my God.
Did you see the 8? I counted 8 or 10 fidgets trying to get the thing to work. It's like, dude, if you do not know how to operate, I don't care how new or whatever, you should be trained on that shit, man. Those are the people protecting us, by the way, guys. Just so you know.
Well, they're protecting the president.
Oh, that's right.
What? I mean, that was Secret Service, right?
No, that was just state police.
That was just that was a statey.
That was,
that was a statey.
Well, when I go on the run, I want him to come after me.
That was a really awesome car chase, by the way. They were chasing a Toyota 4Runner who lost both tires on the right side and was just on the rims, and then finally came to a stop. But it was like an hour chase or something. It was pretty impressive.
That's always blown my mind, like why somebody is gonna run like that much in a car where like you can't get away. You absolutely can't get away.
And the longer you run, the harder they're gonna beat your ass when they finally catch you.
Absolutely.
They're just gonna get madder and madder until they get you, and they're human, and they know it's their chance to take it out on someone. If I mean, they have body cameras and they still do it.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank goodness for that body camera. We got to watch how incompetent this guy was. That was beautiful.
And they can turn their body cameras off whenever they want to.
Jake, we were talking about that a couple days, day or two ago, or last couple episodes ago, whether we should keep them on all the time or not.
Yep.
I'm for them not having any control over their body cams. I'm also for completely unmasking them and ICE. Like, I know that's kind of a left-wing thing, and I don't
think it's a left-wing thing. I think you should be able to face your accuser.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, you face your accuser. You better face the person that's taking you in for processing. Go fuck yourself. Like, that is an American way that I get to look you in the eyes as you take me in.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of masked anonymous agents bagging people and just taking them off the streets. Like, I have a huge problem with that. I mean,
especially that hillbilly army they got doing it too.
Yeah. Oh. So, guys, we've seen like Mark Levin recently. Everyone talking. So, assassination. Any closing thoughts, or do we have anything further, Jake, about it? Or?
No, I do want, after you get a chance to watch some of this stuff and kind of form your opinions or get your information.
I mean, I have an opinion, so I can talk about it. It's just like I didn't know about the woman, but I know. I mean, I'm familiar with the whole case and everything. Like, the guy looks like Eric Andre, that one comedian.
He does. He's probably just as funny too.
I'm just curious why, Mossad couldn't spring for an actual airplane ticket for him. They could have flown him private across the country.
Exactly. I mean, Amtrak is this. You get a frequent rail.
So cheap.
Yeah.
We send Israel $3.8 billion every year. They can afford to fly in private to do their op.
I love the guys like nobody takes a train. I'm like, really? Like, how did you not figure that out? No. So again, don't know what's true. Don't know what's fake. Again, his name was searched a bunch of times. James Lee.
Do you see what I pulled up?
I did. I could play James Lee every week, and I don't want to do that. But his take on it was pretty awesome. I recommend everybody go watch that too. Yeah, I mean, again, before it happened, people are searching this guy's name. Did you see the meme, the account that only has one post?
Henry Martinez.
Henry Martinez has one post. It was a Pepe meme in a tuxedo, which that may be a stretch. That may be a coincidence with this picture of Trump with
the painting's a stretch. The Rorschach painting's a stretch too, but it is weird. It is.
Yeah,
weird.
that to me was like, all right, you guys are looking for, but the fact that there was one post in
one post,
2023,
and NASA guy, he was a NASA guy who wrote an article the year
Correct.
that Cole Allen was actually an intern at NASA.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then his only post on his account just says Cole Allen.
Anybody find this guy? Is this guy alive? What's the story with the guy? Like,
don't know.
Is he a ghost? Like, because I haven't seen anything about it. So I shared that with you. Let me see if I have the other thing. This is what's interesting. So that was Israel's search for Cole Allen the day of. So let me pull that back up if I may.
The day of the event.
You see all that.
That search was that's like a geofenced Israel search, like a search that's being done in Israel.
Yep.
Yeah. So Google Trends, you look up the country, the name, or whatever. Now this is Cole Allen. When you look up Cole Thomas Allen, and I have it on another screen, I don't want to pull it up again because it's just too much to pull up. But 7:44 Eastern time, they look up the name Cole Thomas Allen, the entire fucking name, 45 minutes before. Sorry, that's.
You need to cool it on the anti-Semitism.
You leave my anti-Semitism alone. No,
there's obviously some
anti-Semitism. That's speaking. Mark Levin, guy likes to send. He's talking about censoring now. I don't care if they need to censor now. Check out. This is. I love to hear your thoughts on this, Colin, because you're like a free thinker, like Jake and I. This is how Fox News frames a question. Okay, this is how they frame a question to you to try to get you to like change your mind. It's silly.
Much of that, gains traction on social media. What do you do to stop terrible narratives like that from taking hold and changing people's minds and informing their thought about things?
What do you do to force people how to think?
What do you do to take away? What the fuck? This is Fox News. Do you remember when Fox was the victims a couple years ago? Everybody, it's like, what the fuck, man? If no one saw this coming,
the narrative better. Like how do you force people how to think?
Like, I mean, they blatantly say this shit. Jake, I mean, what are your thoughts on just literally how do we change? How do we lie to people better?
Oh, I'm not surprised a bit. I mean, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Ben wrote that question and was like, "Here's what I want you to ask me." I'm not.
How much you paid for it?
I wouldn't be surprised a bit. And it's obvious. Like, look, something's going on with the searches for the guy's name right before the event happens. The post about his name, 3 years ago, like something's going on that isn't just this guy went crazy and decided he was going to take a train and try and take him out. Like something else is going on there. And what we talked about earlier is like, there's no real way to know what it is other than something's fishy, like something stinks.
Well, he had to plan it out. Like he had to buy tickets, and I mean, I like to joke that it's an op, and I mean, it probably is an op in some way, but he had to do a lot of planning to get over there and to time it right. So he was there for whatever event was going on. I mean, I know some Trump thing, and I think Erica Kirk was there or something like that. I'm so sick of all, American politics that I don't even pay attention to like what they're doing. So like, I didn't even know what event this was when it happened, but.
Well, honestly too, like
good on you.
The magnetometer or whatever you want to call it is in the lobby of this building. But if you're really having if you really have a secure building, how do you even get to that point where you're getting in the lobby? If you're just as like if you don't have a ticket to the event, like they have better security at like churches for things. Like it's crazy the fact that you just walk in there and then make a beeline for it as soon as the detector goes. I don't know.
How did the guy get 800 fucking guns up on the 40th floor or whatever of Mandalay? It's like, and the guy did nothing prior and just snapped at 60, right? Oh, yeah, sure. Right? Like every fucking story is the same like script of some just out of the blue nobody who just lost it. Just fucking
there was
lost
a running gun battle in Vegas from the concert all the way to the airport.
Yep.
And you can hear the helicopter machine gun fire. You can hear. So I was actually there that day. Not that at the event, but I was there that day. I got actually psychic vibes. I went there on Thursday night, and Jake, I kind of mentioned some vibes before, but I was in Vegas, and I'm like, I cannot wait to get home. I've never felt that way in Vegas before. I left on Sunday, and boom, there it was, and I was like, holy shit! It was a weird thing. There's something in the air. But,
all the timing with that story is totally ridiculous.
Right. Like and if you listen, I listen to the scanners at night. I listened to the scanners while it was happening. Multiple police scanners were seeing multiple groups of multiple people with guns. There was from my understanding, there was some Saudi guy was an MBS that was there, or like his secondhand guy, talk about a potential coup or something. Makes total sense with what all the information. If you look at that, and I still can't get the old scanner stuff. I wonder if you can FOIA it. It's interesting to listen to.
When you listen to scanners at night, Mark, does the tinfoil hat help get signal better?
No, I listened that night because it happened. My buddy sent me a link and he goes, dude, you got to check this out. Normally, I just get it through my teeth. I just pick up the signals through.
And your fillings.
I've got mercury teeth. I'm older than both of you guys. So I've got the mercury teeth. So I pick up frequency.
Okay.
I need to get those.
On a lighter note, okay. Credit where it's due here. Okay. One of the things, it's excessive these days, but one of the things I always did like about Trump was his ability to troll people back when he was like, had some substance to him.
He's a funny guy.
He can be, it's getting, yeah. But this, I got to show you, I don't know if you saw this. This to me was like, all right, okay. Credit where it's due here. King Charles, of course, King Charles comes to DC. Not a single person out there with a no king sign, which, hey, you missed your opportunity. But King Charles comes to DC and comes to the White House to meet Trump. And Trump straight up puts Revolutionary War soldiers out to meet King Charles. Look at this.
That's pretty funny.
This is hilarious.
Good. This is great.
There were redcoats on the other lawn. Like the fact that they did this, that's funny. Like that just
they should have tar and feather at the ready.
11 out of 10 troll. Like I'm impressed.
That's a good move.
I'm impressed with that. However, it's business as usual for propaganda, and they make a big deal that King Charles was the first king to address the House. So he gives in the House chambers. He's the first king to address the House. Trump makes some joke about he's the only guy that can get the Democrats to stand up, which, okay, sure, funny. But this was really interesting, and this kind of goes along with what I shared, but I won't play the whole thing because it's kind of long, but tell me what you think about just the propaganda here.
I pray with all my heart that our alliance will continue to defend our shared values with our partners in Europe and the Commonwealth and across the world. And
could you pause it for a sec? We don't have a lot of shared values with them, and I don't think they're actually our allies.
You took the words out of my mouth, man.
I disagree with that completely.
Yeah. Well, this is
they
why
arrest people for tweeting.
He's laying the groundwork for something else, and Mark's going to go, oh, okay.
And that we ignore the clarion calls to become ever more inward-looking.
Charles was given several standing ovations during a speech to mark the 250th anniversary of American independence. He's the first king ever to address the House and didn't shy away from sensitive topics, calling for support in the war in Ukraine and praising...
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Bingo.
I just thought
we must stay together. Well, if we do not stay together, then we are apart.
I'd probably have to stand the whole time during that speech so my knees wouldn't bend.
I watched part of that. I've never seen a moron use democracy and monarchy in the same sentence as both positives that somehow coexist. It's the funniest fucking thing I think I've ever seen in my entire life. It's comical at this point that like the sheen on all the shit that we grew up, all us Gen Xers grew up on, is completely off, man. And we're just cynical enough to fucking realize it and to be fucking pissed off about it. That's just all of us. All Gen Xers literally know the game. Almost all of us know it. And we might be lying to ourselves, but if they're not like us, they definitely are onto it. They're smelling something.
I just thought it was a great opportunity for him to get there and address, and then just go right into like, oh,
right,
we need your help in Ukraine.
Can you help us in Ukraine? And what's crazy is this. The argument is NATO should have dissolved when the Warsaw Pact dissolved. That's not the issue. But the only reason they're trying to get us out of NATO is so that Israel can attack Turkey, who's the new Iran. Because if Israel attacked the new Iran, which is Turkey, that would activate Article 5. We can't have that happen now, can we? Have our greatest ally be our greatest enemy now. We just can't have those things happen.
I'm down for it. Let's leave NATO and let Israel attack wherever they want.
I agree that NATO, we should leave, but the problem is we also fund that shit that they're fucking attacking, and then we're going to be on the backside of it too. Not interested. It's kind of like the thing with the Pentagon backing ISIS and the CIA backing, Al Qaeda or whatever. It's like, okay, sure. Anyway.
It's just, it's a money laundering scheme on the level that's really never, I hate to sound like Trump, but no one's ever seen this level of money laundering before.
No one's ever seen. Oh, you've never seen this?
Well, those were the clips I pulled. So I know you got some other stuff.
I do have a call. I'm gonna share this with us. Let's listen to the amazing Peter James Hegseth. What's his middle name? I don't know. James. Whatever. Let's just listen to this fucktard.
Institution that should win the Nobel Peace Prize every single year is the United States military, because we are the guarantor of the safety and security of not just of our country, but of a lot of people in this world.
Order, including the Al-Marj outpost opposite Merkabah, and carried out drone strikes on the Al-Raheb site near Aitar al-Shab. Further rocket attacks were reported against Nahariya and admitted.
Israel's like, we missed him. Let's try again.
Oh man, we should give him a Nobel Peace Prize for that. That guy. So that's in Lebanon, ladies and gentlemen. They did an airstrike the night before. I don't know if you guys saw that clip before, but they did an airstrike the night before, and they decided to double tap it after flying over and going, "Hey, there's a journalist reporting. Let's fucking blow it up again." Yeah, fun times.
Israel's fighting a war on 5 fronts right now, and that's not even counting the Iran war, which they're not fighting. We're fighting. They're fighting wars of aggression all around them. Like my Twitter feed's full of me whining about Israel and stuff. And, I'm not an anti-Semite. I'm an anti-Zionist.
Exactly.
And one of the things I've noticed is that the Zionists tend to immediately bring up Islam. And Mark Levin, he does this a lot. He's like, you need to be afraid of Islam, of Muslims. They're coming to get you. And, so you need to send more money to Israel. And I see a lot of that manipulation, like that, you know, oh, you're worried about Zionists, but what about Islam? And what I see here is two different groups of religious extremists who are both genocidal.
Yeah. I mean,
and
this is the thing.
I'm not on either.
If you have to have a room temperature IQ. If you can't bifurcate a nation state and all the actions of evil that it's actually conducting, and a group of people by birth, like you choose your Democratic Party. That's what you chose Zionism. Your Jewish heritage is your birthright. So like that's nothing to do with what you choose. Well, that's not what we call people out for. We call people out for their choices, not for what's in their blood. It's so silly.
You know, 20 years ago, you could call somebody anti-Semitic, and that was something somebody would be worried, like, oh my God, I don't want to be labeled.
It meant something.
And so now it's you know, it's just like our money supply. It's been diluted so much that the quick answer to get people off the topic when you have something of substance to say about what's going on, to your point, a nation state versus a population of people, the quick answer is, oh, well, you're anti-Semitic and try and dismiss you. The problem is that doesn't work anymore.
Well, it's a debate ender. They're not interested in an exchange of ideas.
Correct.
You know, and we heard it like Nazi also, like the sting of that word has been totally, you know, diluted at this point, because that's a debate ender as well. Like it's people who don't want, like they want to shame you out of the room instead of having an actual, you know, discussion of ideas and like legit criticism of what like actions are being taken.
I hate to ditto you, but yeah, I mean, I couldn't say it better. That's exactly what it is.
Right.
Mark, what's Tank Man?
Okay, so does everybody remember? Well, look, we're Gen X. We remember Tiananmen Square, right?
Yeah.
What happened to the guy? No one talks about what happened to the guy. Everybody stops the picture at him standing in front of the tank, right? No one ever talks about what happened. Everybody assumes what the tank drove him over. Everybody assumes what the tank turned around and went back. What happened, right? So I came across some documentary that had like a clip of what it was, because people keep talking about like Tank Man being a thing. Like this is propaganda. Once again, we just talk about the propaganda, all the little imagery. Like I know Iwo Jima is real, but didn't they redo it after? Like, didn't they actually redo it for the picture?
Yes, they did.
Like, sorry, like it's kind of the moon landing thing. Maybe they did go to the moon. Maybe the film got corrupted and they had to use stage footing, right? Or what, stage film or something. I don't know, but you understand what I'm saying, right? This is just propaganda. So do you guys know what happened to Tank Guy? Do you guys remember?
I don't know. I assumed he got run over, honestly. And I just know that's been like erased from that. You can't find clips of it in China, and even like in their school system, like that's like the don't ask, don't tell about of China.
Right. Okay. So this is just what happened. I'll just play it.
Then clambers up onto the tank and squats down and starts remonstrating with the tank commander. He then gets back down again. The tank tries to move. It tries to maneuver around him. And every time the tank moved, the man with his shopping bags in each hand jumped in front of it. 4 or 5 other people on the side of the road rushed over, fearing for his life, obviously, rushed him off, took him over the other side of the road, and he disappeared out of sight.
Wow.
Nothing.
I've never seen that.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened. This is like.
Did you make that with AI, Mark? Is that real?
I'll have to cite the documentary, I guess.
Hey, that was pretty wild.
I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, guys.
I mean, it's clear that the tank commander didn't want to run him over, right? Like he's trying to steer around him. He's not just rolling over him. And I mean, it's probably because they're the same people, you know? I think about what would happen if our military was turned on Americans sometimes. And I do think that I do think there's going to be some guys who are just gung ho to kill Americans. But I think there's going to be a lot of people who the Americans that they would be commanded to kill are going to be their family and friends, and they're not going to want to do it. So, it's nice to see a little bit of humanity out of the tank commander there.
I was just going to say, my 2 cents on that is the story is much less impactful when you see that. Like you realize there's some humanity, but the propaganda message is so much stronger when it cuts away and it leaves you wondering if the guy gets, turned into
if he stops a tank or the tank goes over him. Remember, this is the capitalist moment. This is what, 98. Then that's how China started using capitalism against us to buy our stuff, right? Like we don't even realize what we did, what kind of monsters and beasts we unleashed with this.
Capitalism and fentanyl. That's what they use against us.
I have some thoughts on point. I have some thoughts on the fentanyl thing.
Yeah, if I may close though on to your point about the military, that you're right. The guy didn't want to run over his own neighbor. This is what I'm concerned about. I think I mentioned to you, Jake, is I think they're going to make military service a path to citizenship for all these middle-aged motherfuckers who came across the border, and they're going to stay at home and be militarized over us while they send our American citizen boys and girls overseas to die in wars. That's how they're going to do it, because to your point, they're not our neighbor, the ones that came over the border. They're just people who are like, you're going to give me citizenship to point a gun at that guy? Okay, I'll do that. That's how this is going to happen, in my opinion.
They don't love America either. It's a looting operation. They're coming here to live off of us and to take what we have and to benefit from it. Like, they don't love Americans.
And again,
I love to hear about the fentanyl thing too. Oh, go ahead, Jake. Go ahead.
I was going to say, again, it's the actions. It's not the people. It's the actions that are being taken. It's not any group of people. It's all just judgment based on action. But yes, get back to
the people are the pawns. The people are the pawns in the situation, right?
Yes.
Well, we all always are. Yeah.
So fentanyl. What are your thoughts on that? We haven't talked fentanyl ever on the show, so let's do it.
Well, so I feel a little bit manipulated when I'm told to hate China and Mexico over fentanyl, because there's not a lot of fentanyl in my life personally, but there's a lot of meth. I've had a lot of employees on meth, and it's just been kind of a thing, and I've gotten pretty good at recognizing the signs, and there is a ton of demand for it, and it's hard to blame people supplying a demand. I see more of a problem here at home with the people who want to do fentanyl than I see. Like, if Americans didn't want to do fentanyl, nobody, like Chinese aren't coming over here, or Mexicans are not coming up and forcing people to smoke it, or however they do it. Like, people are volunteering to take these hard drugs. And you can still pass some blame on to countries for trying to deliberately poison us, right? Like, I understand that, but I see a problem here at home with the people who want to try it. So the reason I started thinking about this way is because of Scott Adams. So I was a big fan of him. I'm not a huge right-wing guy, but I like Scott Adams because he's kind of a bit more of a free thinker. And he hated China and Mexico because his adopted son-in-law OD'd on whatever it was, fentanyl or something. And he blamed them. And I always, he wouldn't listen to me. He always talked to his audience, and he talked to me a little bit, but he didn't respond when I asked him why he didn't hold his son-in-law responsible for wanting to try it in the first place. And at somewhere along the line, his son-in-law made a choice to try these hard drugs that we all know are chemically addictive. Maybe some people are trying it and they don't know, but there's a lot of propaganda out there telling us not to do these drugs. And
the way I look at that, let's look at it like porn, drugs, gambling addiction. All these things should be allowed, but because of their increase is showing the lack of health of us, of the state. We are the unhealthy ones. We are now expressing that with a rise in porn, drug use, gambling. So we are the effect showing. We are now the mirror of actually what's going on. This is now the result of this, not actually the cause. So it's like we're on the back end of this now. You know what I mean? This is showing the lack of the health of our country. We are unhealthy, and we're resorting to these things because we're unhealthy. Everything should be allowed, and we should be such a healthy country that only that small percentage of people who would normally, there's a percentage of people who are just going to do it regardless, 3 to 5% or whatever, and they'll do it all the time. Then you got some experimenters, and then the rest of us, it's like 80-20 again. If we can get 80% of this country healthy, mentally, financially, just, socially, interacting wise, that would reduce all those desires for the other things.
Mark, what's your take?
We don't celebrate health at all. Like, we celebrate over medication. There's always another new medication out for a condition, but we know how to get healthy. It's to exercise and get sun and to socialize. And that's how you get healthy. You don't keep taking
porn is a single person act. Gambling is a single person act. All these things are solo. They're without social connection. It's because they've cut all those cords, right? In a way, they've made it more challenging. COVID certainly didn't help, but even then, fiscally, it's 3 times as much to go out as it was 10 years ago. So how are you going to go on a date night when you can't even afford it weekly or whatever? It does make it hard. Oh, sorry.
What's your take on John Kiriakou?
Are you asking me? I don't even know.
They let him talk too much. I don't know yet. Some of the stuff he said right away, I knew. I'm like, oh, that's okay to do these kinds of torture, but that torture is not okay. So right off the bat, I'm like, he's already not exactly exonerated in his head. So I already think something. But what do you think? I'd love to hear what your thoughts are, because I'm a little sketchy on him, to be honest.
Anytime there's an ex-CIA or ex-somebody that goes in it's another Lou Elizondo to me.
Sean Ryan too. And the only thing that gets me with Sean is the pedophile stuff, because he's so hard on that, right? He's really
yeah. So John, he comes out and it seems like they did him dirty. He did some time. He had some charges. That seems legit.
That's legit. 100%.
He was on Tucker the other day, and I listened to it on the airplane. So I was kind of captive audience, and he's talking about, and again, take the story he relays, grain of salt, whatever, but he's talking about being in Afghanistan and wanting to go to the poppy fields. So he demands that his driver takes him to the poppy fields because he wants to talk to a poppy farmer. So he goes to this poppy. He gets out. They try and keep him from doing it. And I'm butchering the story, but he gets out there. He starts talking to this poppy farmer with a translator, and he asks him, why don't you plant, something that has 2 growing seasons, tomatoes, all these things instead of poppy? And the farmer supposedly just gets super upset. And he goes, the Americans told me that if I didn't grow this poppy, that I would, they're going to kill my family, whatever. Right. And so he's like, oh my God, we should look into this. He goes back, he files this report. The report never sees the light of day, and basically he relays it as he was told by superiors, way up, that the reason we do that is because that area supplies 90% of the world's poppy and 90% of the world's heroin, and countries like Iran and China that use that, their intention was to make their population sick and addicted so that their societies and their countries were weakened. And his point was, that's what they're now doing with the fentanyl, is they have this opportunity to weaken. And
I disagree with the poppy stuff. I'll let you finish, but I disagree with that whole thing. So I definitely want to unwind.
I don't know what's factual and what's, I'm just the story he relayed was
right. Totally. Yeah.
Geopolitically now the shoes on the other
foot. So they
switch
switched from poppy to synthetic because synthetic, first of all, it's more powerful. You don't need to worry about planting.
Well,
makes it easier, right?
The point he was making was now China is flooding our country with fentanyl because we did it to them with opium and poppy, so that their point is to make our culture sick and weak and there seems to be some logic to that. Again, I don't know how true these stories are, but that was when I heard that, I go, okay, if we're looking at it at a strategic way, like I could see that having some sort of bearing on reality.
We've done that before, by the way.
Oh yeah.
George Bush Sr.'s nickname was Poppy, and it's not father. When he was in the CIA. No, exactly. So this was something that I had put together, and I don't know how loose or tight, or even if it is correlated, connected, but military were sent to Afghanistan to protect the poppy fields. Up to 98% of the world's opium were coming out of there. Once synthetics took over and the Sacklers were starting to get in trouble and the opioid crisis had run its course, the pharmaceutical company's like, fuck, what do we do? The military's like, well, what do we do? We can't just pull out of poppies and pull out of a military thing. We need a couple things to happen. We need the pharmacy to shift from poppy to something else. Give the rise of COVID. COVID comes up and then Ukraine happens. So we shift our little military thing from Afghanistan over to Ukraine to keep the military going. We get pharma to replace the poppy opioid shit with COVID. And they fucking literally just shell game the hell out of it. And it all seems to have connected loosely in the timeline of what we're talking about here. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
And, get me another layer of tinfoil while we're at it. But
well, you were like doing this, and I thought it looked real crazy, just like I like.
Oh, yeah. I talk a lot with my hands, so it's a very puppet mastery. What are your thoughts, Jake, on Kiriako? Like, do you find him genuine, authentic? Like, are you just still kind of testing him out?
It's the same thing. It's the same thing I'm at with like Joe Kent. It's like
Joe Kent. I'm not on the side of, to be honest, because I find him to be kind of more like.
It's not the message that I doubt as much as it's the intention. You know what I mean? Like I don't doubt that the stories he's telling are probably at least mostly true, but it's the intention behind what he's saying and using it for leverage or using it for narrative. That's the part that same with Joe Kent, same with Lou Elizondo, same with John Kiriaki. Like I have a hard time trying to put any sort of conviction behind that.
Absolutely. And Jimmy's here. Do you mind reading that, Jake?
I don't know how to read.
Come on, man.
What is?
Because I'm going to talk, so I don't want to talk all the time.
It's a Tom Cruise movie based on a true story of the United States federal government smuggling drugs into the United States. Yeah, that was the
American Air, something like that, or whatever.
Yeah, well,
American Made. It was called.
No, that was different.
No, the American Made was the name of the movie, wasn't it?
Oh, American Made. I thought you said American Me. I was like, that's a different movie.
No, Made. No,
yeah.
Made.
That's when he's like flying the Cessna and he was bringing in all. Yeah.
What's funny about that airline ended up moving to the Les Wexner, Ohio airport or something to fly out. Dude, the connections of that stuff is super crazy too. Like the CIA aircraft. I don't know if you guys knew all that stuff too. All those.
Oh yeah.
And by the way, on the Kiriako thing, and Colin, did you see the Kiriako conversation all with Tucker?
I did, yeah. I didn't recognize the name at first, but I'm up to speed, yeah.
Okay. For each of you, I'd like to ask before I answer, what was the one most shocking thing that was said in that interview that you remember?
Shocking?
I wasn't too shocked.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember Jake's story though, and I still come back to thinking about how it's the users like who are wanting the drugs. Like you can try to poison a country, but if you encourage the people in the country to be healthy, then it wouldn't matter if someone was trying to.
I'm 100% with you. For me, it's all.
I do think they are trying to do it. I do think it's a partial side, but it's like, once again, they're taking advantage of our unhealth in ourselves. It really isn't like them pushing it on us. It's available for us to, want to desire because of our unhealth.
And if you make it available, people are going to try it. There's
nobody's freebasing fentanyl at gunpoint.
So the shocking thing that happened to me was when Tucker informed John Kiriako that on 9/11, remember there were 4 planes that took off.
Yes.
And this triggered for you, Jake, I think.
Yep.
Do you want to fill it in, Jake?
No, go ahead.
Oh, they're going to shoot it down.
So on 9/11, Dick Cheney did authorize to shoot down the fourth plane, Flight 93, I believe, but allegedly they didn't get there in time. Okay. However, there were 4 pilots that were chasing them. Of the 4 pilots, 2 of them became generals, and one of them is Raisin motherfucking Kane.
Yep.
Come on, guys. The odds of becoming from like second lieutenants usually, because that's what when I went to Embry-Riddle, like a lot of the Air Force and Army ROTC guys would be going flying jets and then doing that out after or whatever. They start as second lieutenants. But to become a general, 2 of the 4 became general. Come on. I mean,
it's a little bit reasonable because if you're a fighter pilot, you're
smart, and you're ambitious, and all
you're
that.
already the best of the best. They're not putting you in a several $million plane unless you've already made their investment pay off. So
right, but would you be a career guy?
And you move up in rank. You move up in rank faster also in that job.
Right. Correct. But the truth is, though, pilots like to fly too. You know what I mean? Like they don't generally seek the general. I mean, everyone has ambitions, but I know a lot of pilot guys who just wanted to fly. Right? Like that was like the thing because they wanted to be pilots or whatever. But also to your point, they are smarter. They're more ambitious. It's just odd that like the guy at the top is one of the 4 that may or may not have shot down an American aircraft. Not saying right or wrong or indifferent. I'm just saying that's an interesting thing that we never really got the answer to.
That was
considering we don't know what happened to the Pentagon still.
I remember now that you said that shot, when I heard that, I was like, oh, it shocked John too. John had no idea either.
Yeah, I was just like, what? Anyway, so that was just one that stuck out to me. So, okay, guys, we're libertarians. We've got the left, the right, 2 wings of the same bird, right? Have you guys heard this unaffordability all of a sudden? Like things are unaffordable. And then you get a guy in New York City who runs on unaffordability and he's a fucking communist and he wins. And you sit there and you go, can you tell me how it got to be unaffordable? Maybe with all the rules, regulations, things, the titles and licenses you need to buy just to have a food cart, for example. You wonder why it's, all that stuff, right? So listen to a left winger and a right winger come to this conclusion. This is what scares me about what's happening in America, guys. Just listen to this.
I like the
fly
precedent
once a year
of government owning key assets.
Yeah, me too.
I like the seizing the means of production. So if it's the Trump administration is going to pave the road.
Sagar said yes to I like government seizing means of production.
That wasn't a mistake. She said that on purpose. That was definitely a dog whistle.
No, she did, but she's the lefty. That Sagar is like, yeah, let's do it. Let's seize that. What, dude? What happened to you guys? Whoever these people are.
Sagar's also the guy who wants to make weed illegal. I don't.
Yeah, Sagar's a little lost.
He's very smart. He's very very geopolitically smart. Like he's a whiz with that stuff. But when it comes to like his opinions on freedoms and what should be legal and not, like he's at the bottom of my list of people I listen to.
Yeah, I agree. And Sagar's lost me a little. I tried with Sagar. I just don't find it like connecting to that level. To your point, like the way it's supposed. I find it very contradictory the way he speaks. I
liked him better before he got fake teeth.
Oh, did he get veneers?
Oh man, he's got chompers.
He's got a Philadelphia girlfriend. He can't have that good a taste. I know.
All right, I have a thought on something related to this. I think that there's a Reddit term, late stage capitalism, that you've heard, and it's kind of a thing that left wingers say, and they want communism and centrally planned socialism and stuff, so they're saying that. And I think, in my opinion, my poorly formed opinion, I think that revolutionary, violently inclined leftists like the neo-Bolsheviks are a symptom of corporatism and income inequality and government overreach, And I think in a way they're a canary in the mine a little bit. Like, I don't want to hate those people as much as some people. Like, I'm not on their side. You know, like the Summer of Love, those people burning down the cities or whatever, they were hurting Americans, and I hate them for that because I'm an American who is for Americans.
And what sucks is that wasn't deliberately done to internally implode. That was done to break America apart more.
Yeah. But I think that the leftists, the extreme far left, is an indication that there's something wrong. I mean, nobody's happy with the country right now, on the right and the left, and wherever I am, which is somewhere up here, because I do not like calling myself a centrist. I'm not a centrist. I'm something far worse than that. But but I think there is such a thing as late stage capitalism, and I have a personal vendetta against corporatism. I think that's a problem. And I feel like a total communist saying that. Like, I want to seize them.
But you don't have a problem necessarily with the corporatism. It's like it's the corporatism buying the government to make the regulations to gatekeep from other people competing.
Absolutely.
That's where it gets fucking crazy, right?
They're the same people too. Yeah.
Right. That's the problem. It's like you've got Jared Kushner, who allegedly doesn't have a single spot in the government. He doesn't have a title. Who's doing the negotiations on behalf of America against Iran? What the fuck is going on in this country? What the fuck is going on, man? Like, okay. It's silly. Anyway.
It's the revolving door too between business and government. It's, you know, you're
FDA.
You're on
military,
a board.
Raytheon, military. Every complex gets it, whether it's education, military, pharma, and the industries have that. That's what happens when you start to gain power and you grow. You don't want to lose it.
I have no issue.
That's human nature.
I've got no issue with a business being successful if the way that they're doing it's because they have the best product and the best people, whatever. Like, I really don't. I wish Amazon treated their people better. From what I hear, I've never worked there, but I have nothing against Amazon. Like, that is capitalism doing what it does.
The sacrifice that he made to build that fucking company,
but sure,
is unmatched. Do you think you have it in you to do that? I don't know if I would have had it in me to have that perseverance.
I mean,
to take year after year of loss and all that time that you're manually putting in order. Like, I'm just talking about the beginning days, right? Imagine, like, we know what it is.
Right, when he was just selling books.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? Like,
no, but that's my point. Like,
brilliant.
I don't think those companies should get tax breaks to do things. I mean, that's where it separates for me. Right. But if you're going to grow,
and we also don't think anybody should be taxed on top.
Oh, sure. That fair point. But like, if you're going to
go ahead. I know
you're going to grow a company and you're going to be a trillionaire because you grew the best company. I have nothing against. There's no ceiling on what wealth you can make. It's when the system is skewed and set up so that you're getting these tax breaks, or there you go. Jimmy knows what's up.
It's a mix, man. Jimmy knows what's up.
Well,
it's a mixed environment.
What else do you want to cover? Anything else?
Yeah, I want to talk about this retard. Here you go. Listen to this guy.
Don't make America great by killing people you don't like.
You don't make America great. You don't. Lindsey Graham just said, you don't make America great by killing people you don't like, while the same motherfuckers like telling people to bomb the fuck out of every other country that we don't like.
Isn't it funny how many of these people are so like explicitly bloodthirsty, like Levin and Lindsey Graham and other people who seem to be really in defense of Israel? Like, boy, do they want people to die. Those people aren't on my side.
How can he even say that? How does that phrase come out of his face, Jake?
Nothing he says surprises me. He's completely shameless. Did you see?
Don't make America great by killing people you don't like.
Listen to that stupid bastard. Listen to this guy.
You don't make America great by killing people you don't like.
No, you lick their ladybugs.
No,
don't make America great by...
Oh, sorry. I had to remove it. I'm getting rid of it. I'm removing. I apologize. Go ahead, Jake.
I don't understand how some of these people get into government and are like just keep being reelected. Like, do people in his home state like him?
I had to. Do you know the best caption I saw on this picture? The best caption I saw in this picture is, you know how you know this is a fake picture? Because if it was real, Lindsey Graham's a bottom.
That's great. You know what should be though is Lindsey licking his lips like.
Oh,
he's got that weird look.
What Colin was saying. I'm sorry, but I had to show you that.
So no, that was great. Good, Colin.
I only wanted to confirm that I think Lindsey Graham is gay. Well, I know he is.
So, all right. So
I don't care. He can be as gay as he wants, but like, I'd rather he was America first and not Israel first.
Yeah, like his sexual preference has nothing to do with his evil ideology. Like, yeah, exactly. I'm with you. Okay, so I do have one more, but this is a prophetic. This is a prophecy from a very long time world leader who's no longer with us. And we'll do a count back because, you know, in light of what's going on in Iran, you have to read this. So it does have subtitles. So everyone pay attention because it's not in English.
ليش ما يكون فيها تحقيق في مقتل صدام حسين؟ قيادة عربية بكامل تقتل تشنق في المشانق راح نتفرج لماذا؟ وممكن الدور جاي عليكم كلكم. نعم.
One of you might be next. They sang Saddam Hussein. Yeah, one of them was next. It was him. Followed by Assad, who got thrown out. Followed by the Iran regime, who just got the shit bombed out of them. What the fuck, man? This guy called it. This is like 2008.
Yep. You know, that just reminded me of is last week when we talked with John Graham and he was there when they installed him into power. That just flashed back to me.
Yeah, that was it. I look forward. I hope we could talk to John again. And if we can, I didn't know it was going to turn the way it did. We didn't get to all the awesome stuff that he reflected back on.
Yeah.
It was amazing. So anyway, yeah. What are your guys' thoughts on like, this is a guy who was a world leader who wanted to who bring Africa its own independence and a gold standard. And I would argue help its people. And then we destabilize the area, kill him. Since then, largest sex slave market, or largest sex market, trafficking, all that. So I just love your thoughts on like how prophetic this guy is in 2008 and how we act like we're Americans. We're just so smart all the time and smug and like we know what's going on.
It's a reflection on how much propaganda is fed to us. Like, we can't trust our intelligence agencies at all because they tell us what they want us to know so that Congress can, move forward with evil things like killing these people. And, it's just, we've had since the beginning of the 20th century, American foreign policy has been a complete train wreck, a schizophrenic train wreck. It's different from one president to another, but it's still always getting involved in outside the country. And like, I thought that the U.S. should just actually enter its empire arc, and we just invade Mexico and Canada and take them. Like, Mexico's a failed state. Canada is a disgusting state. They are not our ally. Like, they hate us. The people hate us. The government is, centrally planned socialism. Like, it's only going to get worse. I like to trash MAID, MAID, but we have it too. We have it in like 13 or 17 states, whatever prime number it is. We have it too, so I can't trash Canada for it. But that would be a change from the soft power the U.S. has exerted for 125 years, because I think the soft power that the U.S. has exerted is not working. I mean, but I have lots of crazy ideas where I would just be like, okay, we should do something completely different that we're never going to do.
I want to hear more. I like crazy ideas.
Another crazy idea. I think we should have a Bill of Wrongs. I think Thomas Jefferson did half the job. He gave us a Bill of Rights, which I absolutely adore. It's one of my favorite documents in existence, maybe my favorite. And like I can't say them off the top of my head, but the rights 9 and 10 are particularly excellent. Like one of them is something like any rights that aren't covered go to the people. So, you watch yourself, government. Like the people get the power here. But I believe we should have had a Bill of Wrongs that further hamstring the government. Like one thing we had with Biden, and I don't know how much of this is just the internet telling me stuff that's just propaganda, but it seemed like Biden was flying illegals into the country. Like it seemed like he opened up the borders. He didn't do anything. Like he wasn't aware of what was going on. But
from my understanding, it was the Catholic and Christian NGOs that were getting billions of dollars, and that's what they were facilitating. Yes, that's my understanding.
We had something. We may have had 25 million people enter the country during the 4 years he was president. And if I wrote a Bill of Wrongs, I would say that the government can't ship people in. This is our country, and like nobody wanted that to happen.
Remember, everybody, also the right, Marco Rubio voted for amnesty, and he wanted the 500,000 Venezuelans here to destabilize Venezuela, not because he wanted them here. He wanted to destabilize. So he wanted, and guess who did he sign with? Fucking Gold Bar Bob Menendez, the guy that had Egyptian gold bars in his robe and cash. Remember, like they co-signed this bill. So like, I hate to say association, but like if you're literally co-signing the bills with the guy getting paid by a foreign agent, maybe not think that bill has any merit.
They don't represent us. Like my biggest complaint about Congress is none of them represent us. I trust one guy in Congress, maybe two. I trust Massey. I mean, Jake and I were in a thread about Massey, and he followed both of us, or at least he followed me. I think he follows Jake too. I thought that was awesome.
Not only does he follow me, but his re-election campaign account follows me too. So.
Oh yeah, you got that over me. I got to work on that. Yeah. Well, I think non-citizens can't buy or own land in the U.S. That would be on my Bill of Wrongs. Yeah. I think there's a bunch of stuff. I mean, I've only recently put thought into this, but I would love to have something like that. But that's just one of those pie in the sky things that I'd like to change. That it's just frustrating that it's not going to be a thing ever.
Nope, you're right. It's not going to be a thing because it makes too much sense.
It's hard not to be black-pilled, as they like to say on the internet.
Mark, you got anything else you want to show? You want to wrap this up? Where are you at, buddy?
We lost him.
Uh-oh. He bailed. He got tired of No, I mean that's a good place to wrap it up, I think. I mean, there was a hell of a appearance, man. I appreciate you coming on the show.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, I hope we do this again. This was fun, and
nice to talk to you in person, brother.
As per usual too. You don't disappoint. I mean, you have thoughtful things to say, and you really put a lot of thought into what you're doing. So I appreciate it.
I didn't know how I was going to do, but
no,
I wanted to say I have some issues with maybe spending too much time on social media, but and you were talking me up, and I appreciate it, but you do a really good job of staying off of it. And, as far as I can tell on Twitter, I think that's really healthy.
I appreciate it. I mean, I should stay off more than I do. I will say the only account that I have is a Twitter X account. I don't have any Instagram. I don't have LinkedIn. I don't have anything like that, just because, it's back to the personal accountability and responsibility. Like, I know that those things are designed to take my time and suck my time. Yep. And to change the way I think about things. And I don't want to, I know with X it is a little bit. I'm not naive, but I really want to try and protect myself from that. And I've got young kids, and I got one on the way, and like I have so many more important things to do with my time than that. And granted, my wife hears me bitch and rant about enough stuff, so it is a good outlet for me to be able to just put it out in the ether, whether I get likes or thumbs or whatever, just to get it off my chest. But no, I appreciate it. I try and balance it as much as I can.
I think putting the people in our lives, physically in our lives first over the internet is really important.
I couldn't agree more. It's one of those things we talked about earlier about being healthy.
Yeah. Amen to that.
Well, hey man, thanks so much for coming on. I genuinely appreciate it. This was a blast. And we will do this again, hopefully soon.
Thank you.
Thank you everybody for joining us on this Wednesday night. This has been If by Whiskey. And we hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening.
Subscribe to If by Whiskey. Fuck Liberty Lockdown. Subscribe to this show.
No comment.